This is bait. Life outside the Federal Witness Protection Program. A very dangerous way to exist.
Skinhead, deadhead, everybody gone bad. Situation, aggravation, everybody allegation, innocence on the news, everybody dog food, bang bang, shot dead, everybody gone bad. All I wanna say is that they don't really care about us.
Mexican drug dealer report, part 2. Hey, it's Susan. Welcome to today's episode of War Crimes Unit. Keep the bad guys away. Nice to see ya. Hey, I just decided today I was going to take a little bit of a break, and I was trying to find something to eat, and I couldn't decide if I just wanted to grab something fast, go just get another slice of pizza again, or maybe just sit down for a little bit. But there's this restaurant that I like that's not too far away from me. It's called Escape or Safari or something like that. It's actually really cool, and they have an awesome tuna salad. The bar is really neat. It's you can eat downstairs, or you can go on the top floor where they've got a dance hall, and then they have all of these tables sitting out in the sun and everything. It's just really neat, and it's got an awesome view of the city. So I say, you know what, I'm just gonna go up there and I want some tuna salad, because our tuna salad rocks, right? Well, I don't know why. It's there, just generally speaking, there's not that many people in town. And I was the only one in this whole restaurant. That's kind of crazy, but that's just kind of how dead it is around here. But so I told my waiter, who had remembered me from being there before, I wanted to go up and eat, sit at the top. So I'm sitting there at the top, I'm enjoying my nice lunch. All of a sudden, who comes around out of fucking nowhere? Julio, that fucking asshole, the jewelry guy that was trying to, proposition me for drugs, whatever, a week or so ago. The one that I made the police report on to the Policia Municipal, and they gave me an incident number. Okay, that one shows up out of fucking goddamn nowhere. Dude, that was intentional. Somebody sicked his goddamn fucking ass after me. Now, the only thing that I can think of as to why somebody would be able to find me that easily and send this fucking asshole out, which I'm sure he's some kind of paid off informant, some kind of goddamn asshole, and it looks like it's carryover crime from America, is if they could see me like an eye in the sky, like on a satellite. Keep in mind, I've got the Marshal Service on this case. I've, got all these corrupt FBI agents, all these corrupt CIA people, and just tons of corrupt law enforcement. So they could pull that kind of shit. In my world, they can pull that kind of shit. So I can tell you, I will never be eating outside again. But then here's Julio coming out of the fucking blue. That would be the only fucking way that he could have found me, because I have been dodging his goddamn ass since the last time, that I made that first video, the Mexican drug dealer report. And he has not been able to find me until today, till I was sitting on a top level at a bar where it was open in the sky, and where I was sitting down, and I was by myself in this restaurant. It's just a damn good thing. At first, and then, what pisses me off is that I asked my waiter, I said, did that guy freaking Julio, did he come up and did he ask, if I was in here? And he was trying to tell me, oh, no. I'm like, bullshit. And then, then he fucking overcharged me for the same goddamn meal that I got just a few weeks ago. He ended up charging me $16, where whatever, a week or so, a few weeks ago, it was only $9 or something like that. So then he totally fucking overcharges me. But one of the reasons that ICE, Homeland Security up in Washington, D.C., wrote this letter is because I was stalked internationally on international vacations. I was stalked on cruise ships, heavily stalked in Mexico. I was stalked on my first cruise. I was scolded on the banks of Cozumel, Mexico, for taking a vacation outside of the United States by some guy named Keith Ball, who claimed to work for the Mint or something like that up in New York, who also later claimed to have some kind of national security clearance. Scolded on the banks of Cozumel, Mexico on my first cruise. I was stalked when I went to Xcaret, Mexico, just a little bit south of Cancun, by some guy that was, whatever, from England, who claimed that, he just found some kind of great deal at Xcaret all the way from England and wanted to get away from his sister. some bullshit like that. I was stalked when I went on a cruise out of San Diego that went all the way down to Acapulco. I was stalked by a bunch of fucking goddamn fucking jackasses. One guy who was some kind of computer guy that was trying to get a job with Homeland Security. Another guy that sold spy equipment and apparently does business with the Las Vegas Metro Police. And then of course, these attorneys show up, and one claims to be retired from the State Department, all that. I mean, I got stalked on every single one of my last cruises that I went on, and I went on those cruises to get away from America. If I'm traveling outside of the United States, unless I am calling you, I do not want to see anybody from America. I don't like how the United States of America has treated me at all. And I don't appreciate all this damn international stalking. So, and since it keeps occurring and reoccurring, perhaps maybe Mexico might not be the most safest place for me to be. You know what? Actually, I love Mexico. I love Mexico. So I love the Mayan culture and all of that. But you know what? One person said, you know what? If talking about the International Criminal Court, who's got international treaties, Canada has a treaty with the ICC as well, along with 120 something other countries. Someone said that, that I might still have trouble in Mexico because Mexico and the United States get along so well, whereas if I were to go and seek legal status, say, in Canada, generally speaking, Canada and the United States aren't quite as buddy-buddy as the U.S. and Mexico. I don't think that I'll fit in with the white people up in Canada, but maybe I'm overthinking that. Maybe Canada might be the right way to go. Anyway, that's today's episode of War Crimes Unit. Keep the bad guys away. Keep your stun gun handy. There's world criminals, God, everywhere. I'll see you next time.